Hey guys, we have a special treat for you today. We have our favorite go-to lender in the house, Brad and Niccum. We have a few questions that we have prepared that we get asked quite frequently by our clients. So, Brad, welcome to our office.
Well, thanks, Jenny. My name is Brad Niccum. I own a company called Nest Mortgage out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Born and raised right here in Wabash. So it's been a really great time to come back up here and do business together with these great realtors. I was doing business in Indianapolis for many years, and because of the way the internet has made the process a lot easier, it's been a real treat to help family, friends, high school buddies buy new houses. Probably the neatest part for me has been able to see our high school friends' kids buy their first home. You know, people like these aged people.
I'm glad you said that because that is pretty cool. We graduated together, so it's awesome for us to see that happen, and to be we feel like a pretty cool team when that happens. I think.
Yeah, it's real fun.
It's fun.
And some of the closings are pretty fun too, to come up here and go to a closing and remember that everybody in Wabash knows everybody in Wabash.
Right.
So it's always a great time to catch up.
Okay, guys. So let's get started.
So maybe you could elaborate a little bit more on you being local. Like, where did you grow up? Where did you go to high school? I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yeah, Gene and I both graduated in the class of 1988 in Wabash, Indiana. My mom was a teacher at Sharp Creek Elementary School for 29 years or 30 years or something. My stepfather's Gary Norman. He's the wrestling coach for Northfield. And then my father, Terry Niccum, was a firefighter here in Wabash for many years. Moved out of town right after I married my wife, Tony, who graduated from Southwood in '89. And then moved to Bloomington for several years, then relocated to Indianapolis, and I've been there ever since.
So you'd say you're a local of Wabash?
Yeah, I'm pretty local. There's not a whole lot of people in town that I don't know.
Right.
At least don't know me from something stupid I probably did in high school.
I think the reason he probably asked that is because a lot of times clients will get stuck on the fact that they want something local.
Sure.
And so, I mean, you've just given great examples of how you really are a local guy.
Yeah, and you know, the telephone makes the process so easy.
It does.
You know, the old days when someone would have to go to the bank and meet with the banker to put everything together. Now it's all done online. You know, everything's done via the internet, all through secure channels. I answer my phone all the time. So if you call me, you know, the bank here in town may be closed at noon on Saturday, but you can call me at 5 o'clock at night on Saturday when I answer the phone.
And that's what I love about you, because we work 24/7. I mean, people don't believe that, but we literally do. We work every day of the week in all different hours, and it's nice that we can reach out to you. It's not just 9 to 5 hours that, you know, some bankers work, that you really truly are working the same hours that we are.
Sure, and I understand it for my customer too. You know,
Yeah.
the customer goes to work in the morning, works all day, comes home in the evening time, and then he wants to buy a house or she wants to buy a house. Well, who can they call? The bank's closed at 7 o'clock, so they call me.
Right. Hey, Sarah, did you have a question for Brad?
Yeah, so like what would you say your title is? Like broker, banker, what makes you different than the other banks?
Sure. When we started our company in 1997, we actually started as a broker. So the difference between a broker and a banker is a broker gathers the information up front, and then the lender or the bank actually writes the loan. In 2002, I think is when we made the transition to banker. So it means we control the entire process. We underwrite the loan in our house. We fund the loan with our own money. We control the entire document process, and it's up to us to make the decision on the loan. We're not waiting on some lender in some other state to make that decision for you.
So do you think having everything in-house makes the process go quicker for you than
Absolutely.
a traditional bank?
Yeah, I can get up from my desk and walk down the hallway to the underwriter.
That's good information. I'm glad you asked that question, because I think a lot of people do get confused. They assume if they're not local that they probably are a broker, and it's good to know that that's not the case.
Well, and I think people don't realize that a lot of traditional banks don't underwrite within the bank itself. So that makes the process go on a little bit longer than what it would have for us.
And it does get confusing when you look at a bank. Most people think of a bank where you go and deposit your check. So
Right.
a depository institution and a mortgage banking firm are a little bit different, but most of the depositories have a banking firm inside of the company. You don't get your mortgage from the person that's working the counter. They send you over to the mortgage professional. We just don't have the depository piece that we are a bank.
How competitive are your rates, or what other things give you a leg up on the competition?
Yeah, I get a lot of people that'll call me and ask me, hey, what's your rate today? Like, they think there's a rate for the mortgages. And rates are actually based on multiple things, and they derive themselves from the bond market. So rates change multiple times every day. Another factor that determines interest rates is your credit score, of course, your loan program, how much money you're going to put down. So all those things go into finding out what your rate's going to be. So to talk about interest rates, it's usually a little bit of a conversation to see where the customer's at. Interest rates today are in the high 2s and low 3s, for most of your conventional purchases and FHAs as well. So rates are really great. One of the things that gives us a little bit of an advantage is we truly deal with what's called wholesale money or the wholesale mortgage market. So we're usually more competitive than some of the large depository banks because we don't have all the added employees that work for us that don't have something to do with the mortgage process.
Great. Anybody else have any other questions, or Brad, is there anything that you would like to add in that maybe we didn't touch on that you think that's important for potential buyers to know? I'm not really sure that we ever said what your company name is. This is Brad Niccum from Ness Mortgage Company, correct?
Ness Mortgage Group is the name of
Ness
our
Mortgage
company.
Group.
And I guess the thing is there's so many mortgage products that if you're thinking about buying a house and you haven't, stepped into the process as a first-time home buyer, feel free to call and just have a conversation and talk about the different programs for lower down payments. Or, in Wabash, our whole area is qualified under USDA, so there are some programs where you can actually get in with no money down. A lot of people ask the question, can I roll my closing costs into my mortgage? Then one of the things I always tell people to make it simple is your loan amount is always based off the down payment and the purchase price. So purchase price minus down payment equals loan amount. So if you're going to finance your closing costs into your deal, the best way to do that is talk to one of your great agents. So when the offer's being made, they know to include the amount of your closing costs and have the seller pay those. And that way they're in your deal. They're not only financed, but they're part of your purchase agreement. I work with the real estate agents all over Indiana, parts of Michigan and Florida. And I can honestly say that this group right here at Terrell Realty is one of my favorites to deal with. One, we're all friends, we've known each other for a long time. And they all know the market, they know the homes that are here, they know the people. So you really can trust everything that they say. It really makes working with somebody a lot better when you have that trust factor.
And we could say the exact same thing right back to you. And that's why we wanted to do this video, because he is really our trusted go-to guy. So again, just to recap, this is Brad Niccum with Ness Mortgage Group, and he can do conventional, FHA, USDA, VA. Did I miss anything?
No, it's all.
So he can do it all. So if you have any mortgage needs, he's the guy right here. And hopefully we'll be your guys or gals here in the front line helping you find your dream home. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them down below and we'll get Brad to get those answers for you. See you guys next time.